Hi everybody, Rick here. In today's video, I would like to address the recent concerns that have come up about the Cardano Foundation, where Charles has released a video explaining some of the problems and interactions that Emergo and IOHK have had dealing with the Cardano Foundation chairman, Mr. Michael Parsons. First of all, the first thing I would like to do, I'm one of the 9 members of the Guardians, and I would like to thank my fellow Guardians, Tim, Andy, Robin, Bert, Chris, Marcus, Niels, and Josh. I would like to thank you guys for all the hard work that you've done, staying up late and burning the midnight oil, doing a lot of research, doing all the homework, reading papers, and looking things up online and collaborating on Telegram and all the different communication channels that are out there. It took a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of thinking, and we didn't always agree on everything, but eventually we could come to a consensus on what our main points are that we wanted to make. So thanks for the great teamwork, and I really appreciate all of your effort. I also appreciate all the effort that went into writing the 14-page document that details all of the effort that went into the investigation, creating a website that has the petition and the document on there, the guardiansofcardano.com webpage, and going through the deliberations that we had to go through to make all of this possible. So great job, guys, and I appreciate all your work. Now, to get on to my main point, Mr. Parsons, Mr. Michael Parsons, who's the current chairman of the Cardano Foundation. Mr. Parsons, you need to find a replacement. You need to resign or appoint somebody to take over in your stead. You have disappointed the community far beyond reason. Let me start by saying this. The current market cap of Cardano is $1.8 billion, and there are well over 100,000 investors. And you do not seem to be taking this job very seriously at all. You seem to be kind of lackadaisical, and there's plenty of evidence, and there's also plenty of a lack of evidence. There's an information vacuum coming from your direction that indicates that you have not taken this job very seriously. With 100,000 people and a $1.8 billion market cap, you're looking at an average of $18,000 per person invested in this project. I'm not worried about just my own investment or the Guardians and their investment. I'm worried about the investments of everyone across the planet in many, many different countries, probably more than 20 countries or more that are involved in investing in Cardano. You're not taking this very seriously. So you need to find a replacement, or we need to replace you. That definitely needs to happen. Let me start with a few data points where the community can do some research online. So what I would like to do is encourage the community to go on the websites and look up some of the information for yourself and find the information that is there is lacking and information gaps that are a vacuum that shouldn't be there. We'll start with, let me pull up the web page here, at the CardanoFoundation.org. We have some very good employees and hard workers here, Tom, John, and Maki. Great job, you guys. I want to give you a shout out for all of the hard work you've done for the community. But let me go up here to the Foundation Council. We have one council member. There's a chairman and a council member. Now, what in the world, what kind of council has one person? Where are the people from Japan, the primary investors, Japan? Where are the council members from Africa, some of the primary users of the Cardano ecosystem that IOHK and the Cardano Foundation is supposed to be working with Africa and the countries of Africa to try to put their financial systems on a blockchain. IOHK has been working hard on it, but there's no members from there. There's no members from any other countries I can tell, except for one that's required from Switzerland. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done there, and this just looks to me just like a complete failure of leadership. And the only way to fix leadership failures is to replace that leadership, and the sooner that happens, the better. So let's go take a look at another website here. The Distributed Futures, which is a link at the CardanoFoundations.org. You select research, it goes to the research pages, and I've read through some of these papers. I've read through the smart ledger geostamping, I've read through the quantum countdown, quantum computing, and there's some others here that I still need to go through. But the TLDR is on these research papers that I've looked through so far. They are interesting. There is some good information in there, but that's about it. I mean, interesting. The problem is the practicality of that research. It's kind of like reading about black holes and event horizons. It's interesting, but what do I do with that information? So the practicality is kind of lacking. So what I encourage the community to go on that website, read the research papers, find where there's good stuff that can apply to the Cardano ecosystem. There is research in there that it's valuable or it has some applicability, and that's a good thing, but there's also research in there that you just say, well, what good is that? You know, it's interesting, but yay, whatever. So go through it, provide feedback, get out on the forums, talk about it, discuss it, see how it can be used, and also provide feedback how it can be used. Somehow get information to the authors of that research and let them know and say, hey, you know, how can we actually apply this to Cardano blockchain and take the research to code the way IOHK does it? And then maybe we'll get some better research, or maybe they'll put information out about how that research can actually be applied to the Cardano technologies, because right now I see there's a little bit of a gap there between the research and the technology. How to make that leap needs to be filled in, and maybe the community can help with that. That would be a good thing. All right, a few other things I want to point out. We have the guardiansofcardano.com webpage here. The open letter, if you would like to read that, it's very thorough, 14 pages. You also have the petition. If you go to the petition, here you can sign it. As of now, there's 1,239 signatories on the petition. What exactly are you signing for on this petition? Well, it's here in the first paragraphs. Okay, it starts off the committed members of the Cardano community, but the second paragraph here is what really calls it out. We call on the Cardano Foundation chairman to consult and agree with the community and the CEOs of IOHK and Emergo regarding the election or appointment of 4 irreproachable new members to the Foundation Council, or to resign. Of course, it's not limited to 4 members, but that would be it's a lot better than only having 1. So that's another thing I wanted to point out. We also have the, here's the PDF document, the open letter to the chairman of the Cardano Foundation. It's 14 pages. Please read through this and take a look at the concerns and all the research that went into this regarding Mr. Parsons' son-in-law, Mr. Robert McDowell, and his relationship. And we have lots of questions about how funding is allocated to family members. The ZN research, part of distributed futures, the FP complete audit that most people are already aware of, but if you're not, there's more details there. Community development, Cardano meetups, and the gaps that need to be filled there. The financial status of the foundation, which has never been really publicized very well at all, at least not to the satisfaction of the community, and the concerns regarding Mr. Parsons himself. Okay, so good document there. I highly recommend you take a read on it and bring it up in the Telegram forums, or just bring it up somewhere and let people know what you think. Other community concerns, Mr. Parsons has been, even in the social media, which is really easy to employ. Your Twitter account almost looked nothing of the sort that you had anything to do with Cardano. It almost looked like you believe Cardano was a liability. That's how it appeared on your Twitter account, which is a very, very visible form of social media. Your LinkedIn account, it looked like you were the CEO of Bitcoin or the chairman of a Bitcoin project or something like that. It just did not look like you were the chairman of the Cardano Foundation. It was completely lacking. So those are the real obvious public signs that really caught our attention many months ago, and people started asking questions saying, what's going on here with the Cardano Foundation, and why are there so much absence? Why do we only have these 3 primary employees who we interact with very well, but everything else is a big gap? Okay, so I just want to bring that up to the community's attention to take a look into that. And what can the community do to help and participate? Well, out there in the world of the internet, there's a lot of information on Cardano. Some of it's FUD, and some of it is really good information. The things you can do to participate is, if you see FUD or you see skeptical information, bring it up on the forums, bring it up on the Cardano forum, bring it up on Telegram, and say, hey, I found this piece of information. What do you guys think? Is this valid? Is this true? Is there something to be concerned about? And should it be addressed? And that will help resolve good facts and good skepticism from the FUD, because some skepticism is good. Sometimes we've got to take a really good hard look at ourselves and say, hey, what are we doing and what direction do we need to go? And then there's also some really positive stuff out there. People making YouTube videos, we got people on projects, we got software developers on the developer channels building all kinds of software. So if you can bring that to light and emphasize all the great things about Cardano, let them know on Reddit. Bring it up in the social media and say, hey, look at all these great things Cardano is doing. And those are ways that you can help as community members and get involved, because in the end, we are all guardians. All of us are guardians. If you're involved with the Cardano at all, you can help by highlighting the really great things out there, and you can help by being skeptical of the information that just doesn't seem to make sense. And if you'd really like, I would like to build a montage of community members where, if you want to be a guardian, you can just hold up your cell phone and hit record and say, my name is Bob and I'm a guardian. My name is Alice. My name is Alice and I'm a guardian. And email those to me, and I'll put them together and make a montage of these videos. Maybe we'll get a nice long thing going with people who speak different languages, people from different countries, and whatever your native language is. I'll put it together in a montage and put that out on YouTube, and we'll get Philippe to help and get involved with that, because he does extremely well with YouTube, a lot better than I do anyway. And I think that would make a really cool montage. Some people think it's kind of cheesy. Okay, well, I think it's kind of fun. So, yeah, I'm a cheesy person, so what, I like that kind of stuff. So if you want to get involved and make a little video like that, just real short, email it to me at rickymac@email.com. That's rickymac@email.com, RICKYMAC@email.com, and I'll leave a link down below. It'll have to be a short video because email doesn't take very big, and if it doesn't work out too well, I'll figure out another way to do it. But those are some of the key things I wanted to point out. Is that the community can get involved and you guys can help. I just wanted to end this on a positive note. Things are going well for Cardano. We're moving forward. This minor problem with the chairman is not going to set back the Cardano ecosystem. Community is too strong. We've got a great community here. So y'all keep up the great work and stay involved. If you're enjoying my videos, please hit like and subscribe below. You can use the bell to get alerts. And y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.